What's going on, guys? This is your boy QuestX. I'm coming at you with another video. Here's what I want to do. I want to give a shout out to boxingscene.com. All right, that's the first thing I want to do. The second thing I want to do is I want to put another little disclaimer on this before I begin discussing this sham of a fighter and Gennady Golovkin. So Gennady Golovkin is saying that there are no big fights for him at 168. He wants to go to 160. I find this highly coincidental that this is going on right when Canelo Alvarez is claiming he wants to go to 160. To the diehard Gennady Golovkin fans, I would like to, on behalf of me, QuestX, as a fan of boxing, as a fan of guys who want to build legacies, as a guy who likes the types of fighters who want to prove that they are the best, my heart goes out to you, because in this article on boxingscene.com, and which I'm definitely going to leave the link in the description so you guys can check it out, he basically is completely crapping all over you guys. He has the nerve in this article to reference and say, who the hell is James DeGale? Who the hell is Badou Jack? Who the hell is Gilberto Ramirez? And I'm going to preface my comments by saying this. Whereas he has a point when it comes to the fan bases. Who are these guys? Where he loses me is competition. Badou Jack is on the rise, without a doubt. After his loss, Badou Jack has consistently gotten better. And might I add, he's looking a lot more dangerous. I find that ironic that you don't want to fight Badou Jack. I also find it ironic you don't want to fight James DeGale. You know, Chunky, yes, he just had his fight with Porky Medina was, it was a bad outing. But James DeGale gives you more credibility fighting him at 168 than wanting to fight before, okay? Because I want you guys to just take a second and think about this. He was willing to go to 168 to fight, an overweight, bloated Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. But he's not willing to go to 168 to fight a guy of the likes of James DeGale or Badou Jack. He don't even want to fight Gilberto Ramirez. And Gilberto Ramirez is looking impressive. Does anybody see a trend here when it comes to Gennady Golovkin? Then on top of that, just a few days ago, he's talking about how he wants to retire. He doesn't have that much time left, and he wants to get out the game. Let me tell you guys, for anybody who wants to sit here and say that Gennady Golovkin is one of the greatest middleweights of all time, or even wants to try to come to the table with that argument to try to discredit the legends of the middleweight division of the past, you need your fucking head checked. This guy does not want to fight anybody on any level of competition. Any. And listen, we can be completely objective here and say, well, yeah, Triple G got ducked by a lot of people. And he has been ducked by a lot of people. But that's only one part of the equation. Because just like he's been ducked by a lot of people want to fight him. And these are decent fighters who want to fight him. And he don't want to give them a shot. And I'm going to ask you a question. Do you guys find it ironic that the guys he don't want to give a shot to, if on paper you were discussing that fight, breaking that fight down, you would legitimately have a question, could Triple G pull it out? What kind of supposed greatest of all time middleweight does some shit like that? Now, again, let me make this very clear. I don't hate anybody. If you love Triple G, you love Triple G. But this man is literally making you guys, this is just directed to the very strong fan base of Gennady Golovkin. He is making you guys look so foolish. You guys cannot list a single fighter Triple G has fought that would even be comparable to the top middleweights of all time. Their opponent selection at all. And this article, he is basically saying to you guys, he wants to go the commercialized route. And I'm not criticizing a person for wanting to maximize his dollar. Let me be real clear with that point too. But you can't come up in here talking that slick shit like, oh yeah, you're this monster and nobody wants to fight you, when it's clear people do want to fight you. You're being really clear that you don't want to fight guys that want to fight you. You want to ride this mystique in this wave that the guys who did duck you, they ducked you because you are the greatest fighter of all time. You're this monster that knocks guys out. Your KO percentage rating is the highest in boxing. All of this blah, blah nonsense. And I'm sorry, guys. There's nothing he can say. There's nothing he can say. And for me, as a fight fan, listen, he will get no credit from me for beating Kell Brook. Absolutely none. So if you're going to be looking for QuestX to come on here after he flattens Kell Brook, if you're going to be looking for me to break down that fight and to talk about how exciting he looked, it's not going to happen. You, at best, you'll get like a 35 to 60-second video saying, you know what, Gennady Golovkin did what he was supposed to do. That's it. Don't look for some critical look into the fight, because it's not going to happen. The guy is chasing Canelo Alvarez. He's on that. Okay, you guys remember the Looney Tunes commercial? Not commercial, I'm sorry. The cartoon, Pepe Le Pew. You guys remember that? He was the skunk. And he was like chasing around this cat that had got like paint. I forget the goddamn cat's name, right? That had got a white paint stripe down its back. And so he became obsessed. It was Looney Tunes breaking down what obsession and stalking looked like. You know, and they were basically putting it down, but as children, they can't really break that down. But if you look at that cartoon, that was completely structured off the basis of being obsessed and just chasing someone to the point where it makes it look like, and Pepe Le Pew would completely put himself at risk of ridicule and scrutiny just so he could get to this goddamn cat. This is what Triple G is doing to his career. Chasing around Canelo Alvarez, and Canelo Alvarez is going to constantly keep fucking this dude because he does not really want to fight him. Now, I do know that recently Oscar De La Hoya, which I find this ironic too, this comes on the heel of him losing a gold mine in Luis King Kong Ortiz, talking about how like Canelo and Triple G it's a must-see. They can't even wait till 2017. Yeah, now you can't wait because that's the last lucrative fight you have going for you. I can go on and on and on about this whole situation with Triple G. You guys can take it how you want. I'm out.